I've played with many different players over the years. Whether it's a real friend or someone I found on LFG, there is one thing that most all of those people have asked me or wanted to do: how to get better at PvP. I was once in their shoes and maybe even in yours, constantly playing Crucible, wanting to rank up in comp, or grinding weekends just to try and get my first flawless, or even just hoping for a chance at an adept weapon. By now I have improved greatly and can say for sure that this is the single most impactful thing that you can do to improve at Destiny 2 PvP. A lot of you may not like the short answer, so watch till the end so you can hear me elaborate and explain why this may or may not be a bad thing and how you can maximize the impact and simply take advantage of this key tip. Right before we start, guys, please like and sub. I would really appreciate it. It's a great way to support the channel and it makes it so I can bring you guys more content like this. Thank you, and let's get into it. So here is the #1 tip to improve at Destiny 2 PvP. Play the game. It is that simple. The more you play, the better you will get. It has taken me 3 years to go from 0 flawlesses to being able to go flawless every weekend and do flawless carries. This shows that improvement takes time and experience. Now let's take a look at how you can take advantage of and make the most out of this tip. I gave you guys the short answer to the best way to get better at PvP because there are many ways to focus your improvement while playing. There are 2 main things that you need to think about when trying to improve using this tip, and that is: what exactly are you playing and why, and your loadout. If you are strictly playing Mayhem, you're not going to be getting much better at the game unless you need some super practice, I guess. For newer or less experienced players, try to get to the top of the leaderboard in Control for a few games, and then move to trying to get first place in Rumble. These 2 different game modes will teach you different aspects of the basics to winning in Crucible. Once you kind of understand what you're doing, the single best way to maximize improvement is private matches. Whether it's with friends, LFG, scrims, or facets, private matches will improve your gameplay the most. You'll get into more gunfights and get more kills in a shorter period of time. Facets and scrims are competitive private matches with a specific rule set, minimizing the amount of cheese in the game. In facets or scrims, there are set loadouts and rules forcing you to use a more skilled loadout and putting you in a more competitive environment. If you are able and willing, playing facets and scrims will be the single best thing for your improvement. These teach you good gunplay, map rotation, movement, and team play as well. All of the background footage is Faceit and Scrims gameplay. You will not succeed in a competitive environment without learning these things. The second thing you need to think about is your loadout. Are you using the same Lemonarch and Jotun as always? Because you will not improve if you are strictly using this weapon. I suggest learning one specific loadout type and stick to it. In Faceits and Scrims, the only weapons that are allowed are hand cannons, shotguns, and 1 sniper per team. I would try to focus on learning hand cannons as your primary, but you can't go wrong learning pulse rifles either. If you can narrow down your loadout and focus your gameplay properly, you will get better at PvP. But there is one more thing you need to focus on. None of this happens if you do not play the game. It is better to play 1 hour a day than to play 7 hours in one day and none the rest of the week. Consistency is key. I hope you guys have enjoyed and can take the #1 tip to improve at PvP and start slaying other Guardians. I'm going to leave links in the description to join Faceits and a link to the current Scrim and Faceit rules so you can set up your loadout. And if you guys want me to continue doing PvP improvement videos and maybe take a look at more specific things each individual person can do, let me know in the comments and by liking and subscribing. Thank you, and later, guys.